Libby Weaver. I'd like to introduce you to Keystone Learning Systems Corporation and thank you for taking the time to see how we can add value to you and your company. During this video, I will show you why our award-winning courseware will make learning software easy, effective, and enjoyable. Keystone Learning Systems is the complete training solution. I know I can do it.
Oh, I was doing so good. We have a lot of ground to cover, so let's get started.
Keystone Learning Systems selects the finest and most experienced training professionals. Each brings to his or her video course years of experience, training others just like you.
That it?
Join us now for a look at our current beginning Windows course. Later, we will demonstrate more advanced topics.
So what is Windows 95? Windows 95 is the next generation of personal computer operating systems. It's a successor to MS-DOS, Windows 3.x, as well as Windows for Workgroups. It's compatible with old applications, performs well on mainstream hardware, it's reliable, and it's designed with the first-time computer user in mind. This box that I'm holding here, Microsoft DOS, is what you needed to have in order to allow your computer to run. It's the software that makes your computer actually do things. With Windows 95, we don't need DOS anymore. Windows 95 completely replaces DOS. So all you need to know is that Windows 95 has everything that you need for your computer to harness its full potential. Once Windows 95 has been installed properly, starting it up is just a matter of turning on your PC and letting Windows 95 go through its boot process. And you can see here, it's going ahead and starting up Windows 95, and you get your opening screen while Windows 95 finishes its startup procedure. At this point, the Windows 95 logon dialog comes up and asks for a username and a password. Since my username is already in there correctly, I'll enter my password and click on OK. And the next thing we'll get is the Windows 95 opening welcome screen. And here we are at the Welcome to Windows 95 dialog. The first thing you'll notice is there is a tip of the day which Windows 95 offers you right here in the center. And along the right-hand side, we have several command buttons. One offering us a Windows tour, showing us what's new in Windows 95. The third one allowing us to register our copy of Windows 95 online if we have access to a modem and a telephone line. Fourth button down is showing us a product catalog of Microsoft products, and the fifth one down is showing us the next tip of the day if we're interested. Finally, we can close this dialog box down, and over here on the left we have an option checkbox asking us if we'd like this welcome screen shown the next time that we start Windows 95. We can toggle this on or off, and we'll leave it on for now. Let's go ahead, take our mouse, and click on the Close button to proceed to Windows 95. What you see here in front of you is called the Windows 95 desktop. It's called a desktop because it is supposed to resemble a desktop like you would have at work or in your home office. This whole entire screen is considered the Windows 95 desktop. I'm moving my mouse pointer around the screen to demonstrate the area that I'm talking about. What you see in the background, this blue picture here, we can see it looks like a keyboard over here, a mouse down here, and a CD-ROM disc right here. This is called wallpaper, and we'll talk about this later on in the tape. The wallpaper is the majority of your desktop background. You can change your wallpaper to be any one of many different schemes. In addition to the wallpaper, we have what's called icons. You can see right over here, starting in the upper left-hand corner, we have a few icons. If I take my mouse pointer and position it directly over one of my icons, and then click my left mouse button while it's positioned over one of the icons, notice the change in color. What this means is Windows 95 is telling you, you have selected this particular icon. Notice the difference in color of this icon as contrasted with these other icons here. Because these are not selected, my computer is selected. What does it mean that it's selected? It means you can perform actions on it, such as position your mouse pointer over it again, click your left mouse button, and hold it, and you can then drag it around the desktop, and you can move it. If I select a different icon by positioning my mouse pointer over it, clicking once and letting go, I've now selected my network neighborhood instead of my computer. As we mentioned earlier, Windows 95 is called a graphical environment. This makes it easy to use, especially for novice users. However, all graphical environments require the use of some sort of pointing device. Usually, this device is a mouse, and let's see how we use a mouse.
Keystone offers hundreds of video-based courses. Each is carefully designed, taking into account the trainer's experience in the classroom, as well as the latest requests of both current and potential customers. Our success in courseware development holds true with our popular keynotes as well. Keynotes are quick reference booklets that complement our video training. They provide information in a concise, easy-to-follow printed format. Keynotes are a helpful tool when you're at your desk and need a quick reminder. They normally contain exercises and practice files via data diskettes. Please refer to your Keystone catalog for a sample. Most of the big software companies now offer Office packages designed to outfit your company with all of the applications it needs in one box. Our desire is to make it just as easy for you and your staff to learn these bundles. In fact, Keystone Learning Systems was the first to offer Office and Smart Suite training. We are still the only ones who specialize in Office integration training. Our packages include Microsoft Office, Novell Perfect Office, and the Lotus Smart Suite. Each offers 3 general categories: Standard, Professional, and the Plus, which includes our 3-tape series on Windows. Save 20 to 30% by purchasing Office Specials. Now let's take a look at our training for Microsoft Access. This video demonstrates that even though a subject can be challenging to learn, we can make it easy to understand.
In this first section, we're going to take a look at some advanced table techniques. We're going to begin by taking a look at the caption property. Then you'll learn how to establish default values for fields. You'll learn how to enter both field level and table level validations, and also how to format field data. You'll learn how to control what goes into a field using input masks, and then we'll look at the new lookup wizard. Finally, we'll take a look at how you can add a hyperlink data type to your table so that you can store hyperlink addresses, in other words, internet and intranet addresses. I'm here in Access 97, and I've copied all of the sample files that ship with Access to a separate folder so that I can work with them in this tape. So I'm going to come up and click on the Open tool on the toolbar, Open Database, and move to the folder containing the copy of the sample files. That folder is on my C drive. I've created a folder called Keystone, Access, and then I have a Level 2 folder. In this Level 2 folder, I have the Northwind database that ships with Access 97. I'm going to double-click to open it up. If you get this startup dialog, click Don't Show this screen again, and then click OK to close down the dialog. I'm going to click on the Tables tab of this database. If I go into the Customers table in Design View, we can see that we have several fields, all which have properties set. Properties such as the size of the field, the format, input mask, caption, and so forth. What we're going to be doing in this section is we're going to be taking a look at these various properties and how you might want to use them. I'm going to close down this existing table, and we're going to build a brand new table, our own TBL customers. We can build it within this Northwind database. To build the new table, I'm going to click New. I want to create a new table in Design View, so I'm going to double-click to go into Design View. And here I get the design view window for a table. My very first field is going to be called Cust ID. The data type for this field is going to be auto number, so it's going to auto increment for me. Now if I tab off of the data type property, you're going to see that the field size becomes long integer. An auto number field is automatically stored as a long integer. Now for our numeric fields, we actually get several field sizes that are available to us, and we're going to be taking a look at those in a moment.
The cost of upgrading to the latest, greatest software package can be painful. Unfortunately, the pain doesn't end there. You get to retrain the entire company. Keystone Solution, a valuable, one-of-a-kind upgrade policy. You invest in our products at the regular price the first time. When the new software package is released into the market, purchase our upgrade video for only $29.95, or get an entire new video course of 3 tapes for $99.95. Special pricing is also available for office packages and other Keystone training.
Hello, I'm Dawn Bjork with Keystone Learning Systems. Welcome to Upgrading to Word 97. Microsoft Word is the best-selling word processing program in the world. And now with Word 97, it's even better. On this tape, I'll show you the improvements as well as the additions to Word 97, including improved automation features, updated document and file management, helpful tools, and enhanced formatting and editing features. On the standard toolbar, we have some new options for working with the Internet. Our Borders button has been moved from the formatting toolbar up to the standard toolbar. And we have a new feature called Document Map, which we'll look at later. On the formatting toolbar, we have some additional features here for working with borders and your font color. If we select a menu such as File, here you'll see that our menu options are defined and listed not only by their name, but also with the relevant or related.
Keystone Learning Systems offers several other advantages, including our development and network training, fast delivery, 30-day satisfaction guarantee, and excellent customer service. With Keystone in your VCR or on your desktop, you will learn your software fast. We guarantee it. Many of you would love to understand the power of Visual Basic. Wait no longer. We will now demonstrate training for a popular topic in VB, data control.
What we're going to do is we're going to make the data control invisible. We're then going to add some more command buttons to our form to do the record movement for us. We're also going to add a couple other buttons to perform an add and a delete. Well, what I have done off screen is I have made the visible property for the data control to be false, which means this will no longer show up at runtime. So I could go ahead and skosh this up so that this just won't even show. In fact, I could just move it off screen if I want and not even have to worry about it anymore. Or I could just actually, you know what I like to do is go ahead and leave it here so that way you do know you do have a data control on here. Just kind of leave it here in the middle. Just make it real small so it just sits somewhere. So at this point, we've got a screen. I've added some command buttons here. I called this one Command First. And I've got a Command Previous and a Command Next and a Command Last. So what we're going to do is we're going to write a little bit of code for each of these. So let's take the Next button first. Now, always what you want to do is you always want to check the record sets in the file and make sure that you're not already in the file. Because if you are, you do not want to do anything. And if we're not at the end of file, then let's go ahead, use the record set object, and do a move next. But then, by doing a move next, we could have been on the last record in the record set. So we actually need to do the check again and find out if by doing that we did move off the record set, which means we're now one past the valid record. And if that is true, then what we have to do is we have to do a move previous. So that's pretty much the code that we have to write for each one of these buttons, is to do the checks and then move to the appropriate location. So this one would be pretty much the same for the Command Next as it is for the Command Previous button. However, all we have to do is switch all of this around. Instead of EOF, we're going to check BOF. Instead of a Move Next, we'll first do a Move Previous. And instead of the Move Previous here, we'll do a Move Next. Because again, by moving backwards through the record set, you could come to a place where you're actually before the first record in the record set. Now luckily, the Move First and Move Last are pretty easy. You simply need to specify the record set dot move first, and for the last button, that dogs.recordset.move last. Those are pretty easy because they always go to the first or the last row in the record set. Well, at this point, if I've done everything correctly, we should still be able to run our application, of course, our screen and our login our configuration form, and now we should be able to display this. And as you can see, we can now use our buttons here as opposed to the data control to move through.
Keystone Learning Systems is a Microsoft solution provider and your Windows training specialist. We use the highest quality trainers, equipment, and personnel to guarantee you the ultimate in customer satisfaction. So call us today and start learning tomorrow. Our phone number in the United States and Canada is 1-800-748-4838. And if you're calling from somewhere else in the world, please dial 801-375-8680. Thank you.